What's up, real ones? Welcome to Let's View It. I'm your man in the bright gold, wrinkly ass shirt, Tyrone Cross, and I'm here to bring you videos, great videos, excellent videos, full of excitement, wit, humor, sarcasm, intelligence, the whole shebang. And all I ask is, after all this hard work I did for you, is if you like my videos, then turn them to hitchhikers. That's my fancy way of saying give it a thumbs up. And after you give it a thumbs up, don't stop there. Don't quit on yourself. You'll only be cheating yourself. You gotta go all the way and subscribe. You're welcome. Now let me get into this video. This video, it should be an entertaining one. And if it's not, I'm sorry, I tried. But Shannon Sharpe got caught completely embarrassing himself on his own podcast, Club Shay Shay. Most of y'all should know who Shannon Sharpe is by now, either from his elite NFL career or from his infamous interview with Cat Williams. Cause that interview shot Club Shay Shay views and popularity straight through the roof. But Mr. Shay Shay messed up this time. He completely embarrassed himself on his own podcast when he invited Amanda Seales on it. Amanda Seales started on an old Nickelodeon show back in 1994 called My Brother and Me. Now, I don't know if she was the wrong guest or if it was because Mr. Shay Shay wasn't conducting this interview how he typically does. I'm not sure why, but check it out. So you already know, let's view it.
And so I was called an N-word right there while I was there. And I was also bullied while I was there because I was told that you're only here because you're black. You can't really dance. You're just here because you're black, so don't get any ideas. That's what I'm being told by the other children. Does that suffice as racist to you, or would you want to call it something else? Is that just kids being mean?
The kids. So let me ask you a question. As a child, you never said anything derogatory? You was just this model citizen as a child? I mean, children. Now, we're talking children, not functioning adults. Now, if you told me the adults, parents were telling you this, or the execs or people that are in charge of Disney are telling you this, I could agree with it. But at 89, you're probably 8, 9 years of age. Maybe younger.
So you have no problem with the children that were cursing out Ruby Bridges and the Little Rock Nine? Do you think that was just them being kids?
So let me jump in real quick because she just dropped a bomb on him. Just in case you guys don't know who Ruby Bridges is, she is the first black child to integrate in an all-white school in Florida. And as you guys could imagine, she went through terrible, terrible stuff just to get an education. She wasn't able to hang around the other kids. She had to have the government actually protect her while she goes to school. Ruby Bridges' story could be a whole video in itself. But anyways, that's who Ruby Bridges is. But I'm also starting to realize it's the combination of both things. This is the wrong guess for Mr. Shay Shay because she's quicker than him and smarter than him, but also he's running the interview different. This is not how he typically runs his interviews. And I'll explain what I mean after this clip is done.
Two things can be true. Kids can be kids and not function as an adult, and things can be wrong. And sometimes when kids say things, they're repeating what they heard their parents say. They don't know it's wrong.
So what about the children who are receiving it that know it's wrong? Does that not matter?
Yes.
So if I'm 10 and I'm receiving that treatment and I know it's wrong, does it make my experience of it less valid? It doesn't make it any less valid.
Now she's smart and quick, but she's not as quick as me because she missed a really good opportunity. Right when Mr. Shay Shay admitted that the victim or the one being called the names knows it's wrong, she should have said, well, why does that kid know it's wrong, but the kids doing the wrong don't know it's wrong? Mr. Shay Shay is playing stupid or just rambling because the kids definitely know it's wrong. They don't think it's right. They don't think they're saying kind words to her. They don't believe they're treating her like a friend. They know what they're doing is wrong. They just also know and believe that the wrong they are doing is going to be accepted by the adults and the people in control of them around them in the environment. That's what they believe. And for Mr. Shay Shay to be like, well, weren't you ever derogatory as a kid? Yes, kids say mean things. Kids are derogatory at times. But it's not normal for a kid just to be racist and say racist stuff. Now, maybe I'm just an angel, but as a kid and even as an adult, I'll call you every name in the book except for racist names. Because your race has nothing to do with it. I'm not thinking about your race. Now for me, I grew up a large majority of my childhood in a white suburbs, so I have been called the N-word, and all my kids have been called the N-word at least once, and none of the kids doing the name calling thought it was okay. They knew what they were saying and they knew why they were saying it. But in none of those situations was it like a daily occurrence, or a constant bullying, or a whole group of kids doing it at once, which is more like hers and Ruby Bridges situations. So why is Mr. Shay Shay gaslighting her and acting like that's just like any kid saying derogatory things to any kid? I have no idea, because that's not how he typically does his podcast. In fact, didn't he pride himself in telling Cat Williams that he lets people come there, it's a safe space to tell their story?
And the reason I had to come is because you made a safe place for the truth to be told. You know what I mean?
Thank you, I appreciate
and
that.
I have watched all of these lowbrow comedians come here and disrespect you in your face and tell you straight up lies. You let Ricky Smiley sit here and you said out that mouth, and then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing.
Why didn't Cube set the record straight? Terry Crews could have set the record straight. Mike Epps could have set the record straight. Why none of them set the record straight?
That's what you were supposed to ask him when he told you those lies that
But I
no
didn't
one's
know it
ever
was a
heard.
lie.
Right, but he's telling you something no one's ever heard of.
But all of a sudden, now that he got Amanda Seales on, she's telling her experiences, and he's like,
well, are you sure about that? You know, kids are derogatory. You haven't been derogatory?
all of a sudden, he's saying her perception doesn't seem correct, and his perception is probably more correct, even though he was not even there. Now, I don't know why he's doing this. Is it because she's a woman? Is it because she's a black woman? Or is it because she's talking about racism? I have no idea, but clearly he's conducting this interview in a whole different style than he usually does.
Was this lady giving wrong information.
Yeah.
And I'm allowed to correct her. Now, this is the same lady who tried to accuse me of stealing. And when a white girl said, no, Amanda didn't steal it, I did, she was like, well, I think both of you need to go to the principal.
Right.
I'm in Orlando, Florida, which is a notoriously racist state, Florida, in the 90s. And I'm talking to you about a white woman who is speaking about black people, indigenous people in a country where those same indigenous people have had all of their land taken from them by former criminals that were sent there from England. And she is calling them Stone Age people. And I, as a black girl, the only black girl in her class, am correcting her.
But my thing is, you're right. She possibly misspoke or she didn't know.
I guess my question to you is, why do you even feel compelled at this juncture in this interview? Why would you even feel compelled to try to
Because I don't
defend
want,
her?
because I'm not defending. But my thing is that what I'm trying to say, most adults, when kids correct them or speak, feel some type of way. This is not unique to a black, white, or white, black.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm sorry that you took it that way. But I remember when I was growing up, my grandparents and parents said, hey, kids, stay in your place. Adults are speaking. That's all. Maybe that didn't happen where you were from in Orlando, Florida. But where I grew up, when I grew up, kids did not correct adults. So I apologize if you thought it came off as combative.
No problem.
Her silence and body language says it all. And Mr. Shay Shay, you just look stupid. You look bad. She's sitting here talking about her experience with a teacher in a classroom and how she's basically putting down another type of people that still exist to this day, and the teacher saying they don't exist. I don't know where she got that information. I don't know if it was from a textbook or from her dad or great granddaddy, but the information was wrong. So Amanda Seales is telling her, hey, that's not correct. Those people are still here today. And I guess it caused some drama. So Mr. Shay Shay jumps in and says, but wait, this ain't a black or white thing, because I grew up that no adults like to be corrected by kids. What the hell does that have to do with what she's saying? She's talking about her teacher saying derogatory things and wrong information about a culture and people that still exist today and correcting her on it. And Mr. Shay Shay's talking about not talking back to adults in everyday life? That's apples and oranges. It's not the same thing. A school is meant to exchange information, and I have seen teachers corrected in a classroom and not get upset. Maybe they said the wrong answer. Maybe they read the wrong line. It's not a big deal because that's not the same thing as talking back or trying to correct someone. Isn't it better to get the information right in school than wrong? There's nothing wrong with that. But Mr. Shay Shay seems to come off as one of those black people that want to believe nothing is racist, which would be great, by the way. But anyways, he keeps downplaying all her experiences and also telling her that her perception of her experiences are wrong, even though he's not there or experiencing the same experiences. Why? Well, Mr. Shay Shay said this is why.
You see things one way, I might see it a different way. That doesn't mean I'm being combative.
I would say it's combative when there's a undermining of how someone sees something.
But why are you trying to undermine how I see it?
Because it's my experience.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, I
don't know my experience.
But I'm saying, see, you take it as if I don't agree with you, I'm being combative.
No, I don't. I take it as if I have an experience and you're telling me that my experience isn't what it is.
No,
You're telling me that my thinking somebody is racist who I was in a classroom with for a year that you have never met, you are emitting doubt upon that because of your own experiences.
No, I was talking about the teacher and you.
Right.
And I said
In your
I believe based on my experience, and a lot of people is that kids correct an adult,
right,
no matter what society it is,
right,
is frowned upon. That's what I was saying. Okay. You took it as that I'm trying to minimize your experience and say, well, I'm defending her when I wasn't.
Okay. I think there's something worth saying that could come off that way, and it should be something to consider.
Well, see, again, you're going to consider it your way because you see things, like you said, you see things through your prism. Okay.
I think it's fascinating to watch you accuse me of doing the thing that you're doing.
Facts. And not only is he seeing things through his own prism, he had to build the prism to see his things through because he's not even experiencing these things or is even there when they're happening. Like she said, you keep undermining how I see things. And he responds by saying, well, why you keep undermining how I see things? Because, bitch, you weren't there. So how you see things even matter? How? You're just taking what she says and then creating a whole new situation for yourself. That's all you're doing. If she says somebody said this or my teacher said that, you shouldn't go, well, maybe they said that and this because of this. You're just making it up. You're just making it up. You keep gaslighting her and it's very obvious. Even if you don't agree with her, you're not conducting this interview in the same way. You're supposed to act like you agree with her. That's what you did with everybody else. Why did you stop that tactic now? Is it because she's talking about racism? Are you one of those black men that think there's never racism? Never, ever, 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 ever? You'll see a black person hanging from a tree and be like,
well, you don't know why he's hanging from that tree. You don't really know why they put him up there.
'Cause you really are sounding like it. I bet if I was just a guess, you'd probably call yourself a conservative. This world is crazy. Everything I watch on YouTube is like,
you know why they doing that, right? Because they Democrat. You know why they doing that, right? Because they're conservative. You know why they doing that, right? Because they on the left. You know why they doing that, right? Because they on the right.
You know why I'm doing it, right?
Because you're on the left?
Nope.
Because you're on the right?
Nope.
Well, then we have no idea why you're doing it.
But now that you don't know why I'm doing this video, all I need you guys to do is comment below. Tell me what you think. Why did Mr. Shay Shay keep gaslighting her? Even if he didn't think it was racism, why did he do this interview so different? Why did he keep downplaying all of her situations even though he wasn't there? Why, Mr. Shay Shay? Why? But while you're telling me your thoughts, I'm also gonna need you to hit that bell like the hunchback. Also click that hit checker button and subscribe with me. And I'll see you on the next trip. Day and night.
Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.
real. Keep it real. Keep it real.
Can't help
Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.
That's why I
Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.